So I know I've done a lot of summoning sessions back to back, but that's what this is going to be as well because Shredder is here. So we're going to go in, we're going to summon on Shredder. One of the reasons is maybe I get him. And if I get him, then there's a champion training tournament going on. So I want to kind of plan out the heroes that I'm going to boost up for this champ training event. And with it being a tournament, I'm going to push it really hard. I haven't started yet, but I have so many books, so many things saved up because I've been talking about doing a champion training or whatever push for a long time, and I just keep pulling new champs. So I'm going to sit down after the session, make a list of who all is getting boosted, and then grind it out. And that's going to be the next 2 days of grinding. So we have like 80 summons. We're going to go in, we're going to rip. Well, first we're going to read his kit, and then we're going to rip. So here we go. Shredder is going to be right here, and then for, I guess, Maneater. I think I already have 2 Maneaters. I don't think I really need them. In terms of my other shards, look pretty bare. But there's a the champion chase tournament going on as well. That's part of why we're doing this. But let me go back in. We're going to read Shredder. Now's your chance to become part of my team by clicking my link in the description to get the free legendary Elenaril as well as Vergis, Tagoar, and Deacon Armstrong as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall. Then click the link in the description and register using a new email address. From there, launch raid, complete the tutorial, then go to your mailbox and claim your first champ. Lastly, use the promo code Desert Queen to get the insane Void Legendary Tawanaric for free on top of all those other free champions. That's all you need to do to get these awesome free champs. So click my link in the description now before it expires. So the AoE is going to be decreases in all incoming damage by 30%. That's his passive. This damage is split equally among all allies. So instead of just getting rid of the damage, it splits it out between everybody. Kind of weird, but increases this champion's damage out by 50% for each dead ally. So hopefully he is going to end up just being the character that's left on your board and goes crazy and wins you the game. Now, the active effect, whenever this champion loses 20% of their max HP in one attack, has a 100% chance to evade the next attack. Huge. When this guaranteed evade effect activates, place a perfect veil on him for 2 turns. So kind of reminded me of like Kadrifan mixed with Protos-ish? I don't know. On this champion for 2 turns and has a 50% chance of placing a True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. The True Fear debuff cannot be resisted. So there's some Volcanon in there as well, which is sick. Now, and that's a lot of my favorite characters in the game. Skill 3, we're going to go in, attacks all enemies before, he's also based on HP damage, which is sick. So, before attacking, steals all buffs from a single target enemy. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion's under Veil or Perfect Veil. Fills this champion's turn meter by 50% for each buff stolen. So they got a bunch of buffs, yoink, and you're taking turn. Then, we'll ignore 50% of each enemy's defense as well as shield block damage buffs. If this champion is under Veil or Perfect Veil buff, we'll ignore 30% instead of their defense. So that's already, should hit pretty hard. Now, the skill 2 attacks all enemies 2 times. Fantastic. Each critical hit destroys the enemy's defense by 5%. So if there's a chance he's usable in like everything, because that's, I really like Krokmar, I believe his name is. He was an early character I pulled on my account. He reduces their attack and defense for each hit up to 30%, and he was one of the big hard carries on my account for a long time, and I didn't even realize it at first until I started trying to switch out characters. He adds so much survivability with that, and your damage ends up being way higher, and this is the same. Each critical hit also increases this champion's max HP, which means he's going to stay alive for longer. Even better. And then each hit has a 75% chance of placing Leech debuff for 2 turns. This buff cannot be resisted if he's under Veil or Perfect Veil. So if you have characters that give Veil or Perfect Veil, the only one I can really think of off the top of my head is Rector's Trap. I do have them. I used them a lot in the past. I haven't been using them much anymore. I'm sure I have some other ones I'm just not thinking of, but really hoping to get them because this could be a super fun character. And now the skill 1 is attacks one enemy 3 times. The second and third hit of the skill will ignore 5 and 10% of the target's defense respectively. This second and third hit of the skill will deal 10 and 20% more crit damage respectively. So each hit does more and more and more. That's pretty good. He's HP based, so he's going to be able to stay alive on top of having all of these things active. One of the hardest things, though, is if he's going to be removing 30% damage, he has to take 20% of his max HP, so you build him too much HP. It might be kind of hard to proc this. That's the only thing that in my head is seemingly kind of iffy, I would say. So we'll see. The chance of getting him is like nothing, right? I wasn't able to get any of the turtles yet. We're going to have to wait for the guaranteed event. But I'm going to go in. Let's get some summons. I am going to have to clean up my inventory, but we'll do that at whatever point. It might be right away, actually. I think I forgot. But let's go ahead. We'll start with 4 singles and then rip a 10. Hopefully it's cleaned up. Now, in terms of Mercy, I just did the summons for Leonardo and didn't get anything, but I'm pretty sure I was like right at Mercy anyway. The reason we're doing this, though, is because I want to get the champion chase fragments. That's the biggest part of this. So there we go. I still haven't got Madame Saris either. So there's an Obro. Will I ever get a Madame Saris? That I keep forgetting that is like the main 4-star that I want on my account. I'm pretty sure there was a free promo code that for returning players or existing accounts could have got it anyway, and I never did it, I think. I think I found out about it a little bit too late, so maybe one day we'll get her. But I don't know who I just summoned there. So I'm going to pause the video for a sec because that did use my shard, and I don't know who he summoned. I'm going to go check out who that was, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, it ended up just being a 3-star, but that was really weird. It completely bugged out, so let's go back in. I thought I did an extra summon accident, but it's fine. So I'm going to go to Rip a Tenfold here. We'll get back into it. Hope for the best, and it obviously wasn't gold because the gold bar didn't go up at all. So please, if I get a gold, just don't be a dupe if it's not Shredder. That's all I ask. I don't think we will. We're not too mercy. After this session, I will be very, very, very close, though. And it's new, at least. True Traxa. Looks kind of cool. Probably not very good because I haven't heard of them. Look how simple this kit is. This is a Void Legendary? What? I mean, rate's up, so maybe I get lucky from here. So, place a revive on death buff this champion for 2 turns. At the beginning of each round, place a revive buff on this champion for 1 turn. When this champion kills an enemy with a critical hit. Skill 3 attacks on enemy. This is a legendary? Has a 75% chance of placing 20% weakened debuff for 2 turns. Removing grants an extra turn. Attacks one enemy 4 times, so ignore 50% enemy's defense. That's a legendary? What is happening? It seems super simple. Maybe there's some crazy thing I'm missing there. That's a Void Legendary? Alright, well, I'm up to 20%. Okay. 4 singles. Why is this being super slow today? Is it just a lot of people grinding? Or is the servers kind of buggy for you guys, or no? That's, I'm gonna go check the reviews on her after these 4 summons, actually. I just want to get back to, like, an even 5. I may end up just mostly doing 10 summons for this video because it's a disaster. I won't do my normal summon routine. Okay, 1 more after this. What is that, though? It has 2 skills. Use of Void Legendaries being crazy. Okay, let me go back out. I want to see your ratings real quick before we go any further, because that was bad. Alright. Bad looking. But yeah, that's about what I expected. Good for Fire Knight's Castle. 3, or what was it, 4 hits on the skill 1. That's a Void Legendary buffer. I mean, it's kind of sick. Design-wise, just why is that a thing? Okay, going in. Let's go back. Rip a Temple. I mean, rate up for Shredder. 60 summons, it's not a small amount. Hey, Warengrin, that took forever getting him for the Mikage fusion. Disaster. Getting him on a Void Shard pool is a way bigger deal. I've already got Mikage now, but way bigger deal than in the past. All right, so from here, I think I'll just do all 10 pulls after these 5. I just want to round out to an even number, and we'll just rip. But yeah, who was it? I know Lumberer was like the hardest character for me to get, just a 3-star. Took so long. I had like everything else done, but I could not get a Lumberer. And he's not even a Void. And then I do remember Warengrin taking a long time, though, too. There was a certain Void Legendary that could not get for the Mikage fusion. Okay, so last one, and we'll just rip some 10s and see how it goes from here. Might do single summons at the end, depending on how. All right, here we go. Please. It's rated up. I mean, it's not 2x rates, but now I have the higher progressive rate. Prundar. There's a Man-Eater. We'll take that. I guess I'll just try to crank out Man-Eaters and mess with potentially some kind of new clan boss team. Okay. And we rip again. So that puts me down. I have 30 left after this. Come on. Can I just have 1 character on a progressive rate up event? 1. I'm begging. No. No. 1 character on a progressive rate up. I've only ever gotten 1. I've been playing for over a year and I summon on everything. Like, do you have to just save like 300 to 500 summons? Is that what it is? You can't just go in with like 70? Because even when I get a legendary, it's not ever them. Are they gonna do a guaranteed event? If they are, I'm just gonna get it, I guess. I'm super bummed that Void Legendary is so bad. I feel like the last 4 Void Legendaries I pulled have all been potatoes. If they would have been decent, I'd be in much better spirits, but that's tough. Not purple. No Madam Saris. And what is this, the last 10 pull? Looking like the last 10 pull here. Man, that's brutal. That's a lot. I've spent a good chunk on Void Shards this event already. And it's fine. This is giving me the champion training event points that I need, so we'll end up getting there. Nothing. Nothing. Dang it, man. I avoid legendary. I mean, reset my mercy for that. That's okay. I guess that's something for the day. But that right there, the reason I was doing it was the Summon Rush event, and to make sure I didn't end up getting any kind of good character that I need to focus on building before anything else. So that does fill out this full event. I tried to math it out to where I pulled at least close to. It's 120 per, right? So I did a little extra, but this whole event's done. I got a bunch of stuff for the champion training tournament. That's where I'm going to be grinding. I'm going to try to get those extra fragments for Donatello if you're in my tournament. I'm coming last second to try to get it. But thank you guys for watching. So, Mature Deity, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.